Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. For the ones that just joined us, on the left upper corner on the market analyzer, on the first column here, you will get the signal. And we already hit the target on the ES. It gives you the entry 379850, target 3810. 50 ticks based on one contract, and it was done. On the YM, 139 ticks, 140 ticks based on the entry and the target, and it's done. On the NASDAQ, 54 ticks based on one contract. On the upper corner, it is the scalper. The scalper, it is also based on one contract, and we still have some trades on the scalper. As you see, as an example, the gold right now. No, I'm sorry, the YM. The YM here, it has 30 ticks because we are using two contracts. This is 60 ticks. So if we look at the YM, we have 195 here. We have 320. So this is the scalper, and the white charts are connected to the scalper on the right upper corner, and the left upper corner, the market analyzer is connected to the blue charts because based on the swing trading. We will examine the market, and we will try to see what's going on. If you give us a few seconds, and again, if you want to follow any of our automated signal, you better be on sim. We're not responsible for your trade. This is not a trading room. This is an educational room. Okay, please stand by, and we'll try to analyze what's going on in the market, and then we will take it from there. Thank you. For the ES traders, you better be careful with your trade. We are at the end of this trend. We will explain that later. We just need to cover some of the stuff here, and then we will. If we notice also the system here, extend the target when there is the market trending is extending the target automatically. You don't have to do anything. On the ES, we hit all the way to the top. There is a profit taken here right now, so you gotta be careful. The market really on the scalper is not in sequence, and we have the scalper on the Nasdaq has fired a short trade, as you see here on the Nasdaq, fired a short trade, and the YM is on the long trade, and the ES is still on the long trade. There is a very is about done. The ES probably will stop at 38, 20, 25, and we are keeping our eye on it, and then we will see, trying to digest what's going on in here. So please stand by. We're gonna break even on the Nasdaq immediately. Just we are occupied with a couple of charts, and I will be with you in a few seconds. On the ES, this is I'm not expecting anything above the 38.20. So it was a very nice one early this morning, also European time, and I'm just keeping my eye on the scalper. Sorry guys, I was just a little bit busy with this one. Um, this is the scalper. You can see on the scalper, it is the first trade on the scalper. You can see in the background here, there is no trade. This is the first trade on the scalper. And trying to Amazing move today in the market, and we will cover the market shortly. We're done with the Nasdaq, and we are testing a new re-entry on the signal. Also has not fired a signal yet, but very soon we're still testing it, the re-entry signal. We are and we will share it when the re-entry start firing a signal. And when the market wants to give, the market want to give. And if we notice on the ES, we are as expected. We are holding on the 38 to 20. We already crossed the target. The system put right under the fibs at the target 38.14. And there is a pullback to the 38.16, and that will be nice if we can hit target 2 before 12 o'clock today. Now it's 10:10, but if we are gonna rally with that, it will be final target 38.27. There is an extreme support in here, so this is a very interesting to see what the outcome on the ES. This is a very interesting day today. Very interesting day. You can see it's a support area here on the ES, and we have a resistance at 38.20. The support area at 38.15. So we will we are very interested to see if this ES managed to break the 38.20 as we expected. The first stop, it was 38.20. Then it will be the final destination before 12 o'clock, 38.20, 7.25, and we are done for today on the ES. So this is a really, it's a cat and a mouse here. And so as long as the market don't get stuck between the support and the resistance, it's so obvious. You don't need to. 38.16 for the ones they are trading the ES. Is a support area, and 38.20 is the resistance area, and we are sitting between those two lines. If we broke the 38.15, the re-entry point will be at 38.10. This is amazing. And if we have the breakout above the 38.20, final destination 38.27. So this is a really it's obvious. You can see it how the market is stuck on that support area 38.15. one time, two time, three times, four time, and most likely it will break the 38.20. Well, we set the first destination 38.20, so let's see what we are gonna come out of that one. Wow, look at the gold. Okay, this is what I was expecting. This is very good. I'm sorry, look at the YM on the scalper has extended the target. I'm sorry, I'm thinking gold because I have a gold trade. Absolutely, Ben. Absolutely. Absolutely. Uh, it is a cat and a mouse today with the ES, so we'll see. But I think Ben is going to break that area. Those target 2 is only available in your package at the zone package. Those are institutional number. And once we hit the institutional number, I mean, this is very early. Normally they come between 11 and 12. Now it's 10:15. Once you hit target 2, a profit taking all the way down to target 1, and you will watch it. This is what will happen. Almost 9 out of 10. It is the same story. And so, when the market want to give, the market want to give. That's it. No question about it. And when the market doesn't want to give us anything today, we have to live with it. So it seems like we're going to hit target 2 on the ES. And we missed by a couple take. We climb into the target 2, absolutely. Profit taken at 38.27. Those are institutional numbers. Let's see if the target 3, there is 1, 2, 3. Target 3 is for the afternoon. And normally the target 2 is between 11 and 12, and now it's only 10:16. So, oh man, okay, so we are already have 962 out, and we hit the daily target is 1,000, but when it goes to your direction, we're gonna stay. So we still have one more trade. And there we go. We are banging on the target 2. Beautiful day. Excellent day. And the NASDAQ scalper is already when a fire signal. I cannot even keep up with these things. And you see, Ben, look, target 2, profit taking, going down to 38.19. I love it when you have an instrument you can depend on. Look at this. Target 2, profit taking. You can see where the ES stopped. Right at the target 2, profit taking, coming down to the 38.20. I love it. I love it. I love it when the market is so clear. Now, if they want to drag it to target 3, is very fine, but this is a profit-taking area here. and we're about to hit on the ES the last target. Oh, Mother of God, Jesus, today is something else. The market is very fast, and I cannot keep up with it. And when I'm on YouTube, the internet sucks everything from me. Look, we're still on the target too, gentlemen, and oof, oh man. Okay, we are done with that trade. On the YM, it was 2110 on this trade. So we still have the YM on the scalper. Out of the way, we can cover that later on. Also, the Nasdaq is the target is playing with the Nasdaq, going back and forth. If you notice on the Nasdaq, is trying to grab as much as it can out of that trend. And we still have one trade on the ES. This is an amazing market today. You know, we missed just one take close position on the Nasdaq, and this is not good. That's why sometimes you have to keep your eye on it. Look at this. We missed by one take. We're gonna go ahead and secure some of the profit. And we are about to close the ES. I'm not touching the ES. We're about to close the ES. The daily target hit on the ES is 1000. This is the TI7. And okay, we closed. No, we have not. And the daily target is 1000, but when it goes to your direction, it's gonna stay. So we have 2137 in and 1112 out. So that will cross around a little over 3000 on that one here. And on the CL, we're climbing long. And if you notice from target 2 now, we are sitting. I don't know if they're going to drag it to target 3. This is amazing. If we hit the target 3 before 12 o'clock, there is nothing left in the afternoon to trade. Absolutely. It's over for the rest of the day. So this is really amazing to see where we are going with that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If there's any pullback, okay, we closed the Nasdaq, and the new system we are using as a re-entry should fire very soon, actually, and we will share that. If we look on target 2, we still around the target 2, guys, and if we have any drop, because this is where the profit taking, the drop is going to be somewhere around 38.20 and hold there. And let's see. And if you notice, you know, that the details, the small detail on the chart, this is what drives you. It's not the whole. The system, after we hit the target 2, a fired reversal, target 2, and we are sitting right there, because normally those target 1 and target 2, it is an institutional number. They should be close around between 11 and 12. Today it's too early. It's only 10:23. I don't know if they want to drag it to third target. The third target is 38.41, but the third target is for the afternoon. It's not for the morning. I don't know. We'll see. Always the market surprises us. Okay, we're done with the CL trade. The CL fired short on the scalper. You can see it, 55.01. If you want to follow anything, it has to be on SIM. We're not responsible for your trade. Amazing day. If you want to override the auto trade, it takes a 1 millisecond. I don't want to override it, but if you want to override it, you can push the button stop on the top right there, and then you close position. But I don't want to close position. I want to stay to see what we are going to do, and I'll take my chances on it because it's sitting right. I mean, it's sitting on target 2, profit taking. If we have a drop, we will drop to 38.20, and then we're gonna probably go back to the target 3. We'll see. So I'm not gonna give up on that trade that easily. Plus, we have the trailing stop is very well. You know, let's do something else. The target 3 is. I never fuzzle with the TI7 auto trade. This one, the TI7. But today I want to do that. I want to take it to the where it says target 3 is 38.41. And I never mess with the TI7. It's extremely accurate. I don't interfere with the trades. But this time I would like to put it on target 3 because it's going to drop to 38.20. This is a re-entry long, actually. And from here as a re-entry. However, if this market broke the 38.15.75, kiss the ES goodbye, you know. So this is where we said, if you go back with the video, this is the institutional profit taking number, and if there is any drop, we'll drop to target 1 and then go back to target 2. So we will see if they're gonna make us have a miserable day or it's gonna get smooth all the way to the 3rd. So I put it right at the 3rd target to see where we are going with this one. This is very interesting day. Very interesting and very challenging day also. So and the way the trailing stop is on 38.16, I'm gonna leave it as is. Look, when it blink, this means there is a profit taken and a sale. And you can see this target 2 now is going to drop to the 38.20. And that is a support area. So a very heavy support area. That will be very interesting to see. You know, once you start getting into the rhythm, it's like you're watching a James Bond movie or something, because now you are interested to see what is going to happen next. And this is a very interesting day, how the ES is moving. And I'm curious if we are going to hit the target 3, which is supposed to be in the afternoon, or we're gonna go below the 38.15. For a guy have this privilege where you don't have to be behind a computer. If you see this ES go below the 38.15, turn off your computer, do something else with your life or for the rest of the day. Don't sit miserable behind the computer, because if this market go below the 38.15.75, kiss it goodbye. It's finished for today. Okay, there is a lot of a new signal pop out on the scalping on a sell position, which I doubt it if the ES is gonna make it on the scalper, because this is the re-entry point is right there and right here. So it's not permanent, this short trade. So I'm not buying that short trade. Let's see when it comes to the re-entry and the support area. And so this is wow, there is a lot of sell position. Look at this. This is the re-entry, like what we showed you. If you go back to what we have said 20 minutes ago, we told you if we're gonna hit the target 2, it's gonna go back to target 1, and it did exactly what we have said. The market hit target 2, came to target 1, and going to target 2. So the short sell on the scalper has become irrelevant, you know, guys. So you don't get excited over scalping, because it fired all the short scalping, but I was not buying this. And I'm not buying that scalper short, because this is the re-entry, and this is where this is a typical movement when an amateur trader using those basic indicator. By now he have a short trade, and when he take a short trade, bang, the market just slap in his face and goes the other direction, and he gets mad. So if you go back to the video, guys, we are trading future, and we predicted like 10 minutes before it happened. So we know those tricks in the market. And there we go. Now we are going to climb to retest the target 2. Profit taken on target 2. It was much earlier than what is expected. Drop to target 1. This is the number, is as a re-entry. Is a re-entry on everything we have. Is a re-entry on the NASDAQ, on the ES, on the Dow Jones, everything. We have a re-entry point. And you can see the YM is a re-entry point. And there we go. A blow into those guys' face and going back strong as ever. And now is going to climb, testing the target 2. And here is what I'm interested in. Are we able to break the target 2 or not? If we are not able to break the target 2, fast your seatbelt. You're gonna go on a very bumpy turbulence ride all the way from now till 12 o'clock. It is very important to see if this ES able to break the target 2 and hit to the target 3, which is supposed to be in the afternoon, but they were very early today. And if this market fell to cross the target 2, fast your seatbelt. Whether you are auto trading, banana trading, manual trading, voodoo trading, whatever you have under your sleeves, if this target 2, if this ES is not gonna go above target 2, fast your seatbelt. You are on a bumpy ride, and it can be extremely expensive, whether you are auto trading or not auto trading. So this is, it's gonna cause a lot of a chop in the market if we are not breaking the target 2, and it's gonna drive you crazy. It's gonna drive you banana to go between target 2 and target 1 from now till 12 o'clock. So this is a very interesting area to see how the ES is gonna fall on this. This is a very, very interesting. And if we break the below the 38.15.75, you know, there is an old song to Demis Roussos back then. Goodbye, my love, goodbye. So this one here, goodbye, my love, goodbye. Demis Roussos is an old Greek famous singer, and he died a few years ago. And so um, so let's see. This is a very, very interesting. On the gold, because you have this double resistance, 38 and 38.5, and it's making the gold going back to the support 35.8. So we'll see what else we have. There is no trades anywhere. Welcome to trading. You think you have seen it all. The ES, I'm scalping on the TI7. The ES is going strong long, and the Russell is going short. And welcome to trading. Sometimes you just take it as it is. You don't need to sit down, bang your head why it happened. It happened. And this is a really interesting to see what the ES is going to do. Okay, guys, there is nothing wrong with the microwave. I mean, with the mic. And sorry, guys. I mean, we put many hours. Sometimes we space out. And there is nothing wrong with the microphone. And we just gonna sit quietly. Okay, let's see. This is really, we have a projection. It's getting heavier and heavier. We have a projection at 38.25. This is target 2. Let's see. This is really amazing on the ES today. It is a challenge today on the ES. And we have the projection 38.25. If we break that, I will not be surprised later on today they're going to drive us to target 3, which I put on the Autotrade target 3 to see how we're going to function with that. And on the welcome to trading, the ES going up and the Russell going down. And the Nasdaq is somewhere between. And sometimes you just accept it as is. We're gonna close the first trade on it's based on 2 contract. We're gonna, you see what I told you about the scalper? Those signals, they're not gonna hold. Look at this. Every single entry on the scalper fell, and not because of an auto trade. It is, we caught it before it happened when it fired all those signal, and then we look at the 1 minute, because the 1 minute ES, it is your flashlight to the market. The 1 minute ES is not a Renko bar. It's not a BBT Renko bar, by the way. It's not any Renko bar. It's not a range. It's not a tick chart. When you look at the 1 minute ES, it is the most tradable chart. And we predicted immediately on the ES from the 1 minute that the scalper new signal short is not going to survive, and it did not survive. So this is really, really interesting to understand. Okay, we're done with the gold out of the way. My favorite part, to put them out of the way, out of their miserable way. And so we still playing cat and mouse between the ES and those lines. And that will be very interesting to see what is the outcome. Folks, we are going to take pause for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna close the microphone. We'll take a break for 5 minutes, and then we will we'll wait on Mr. ES. What is gonna happen? Now everything has changed on the ES, and is very, very tight on the ES. So if you are trading the ES right now, you don't need an indicator. What you need, a quarter in your pocket, and you flip it. Because now if you ask me, is it short or is it long? And this is the worst question sometimes you get. What do you think, Sam? Is short or long? In this area here, don't look at your indicator. Just take a quarter out of your pocket and flip it, because it can go both of directions. What is holding the ES, I can tell you what is holding the ES, is as a support area for the ES is 38.1825. Okay? So if we have a drop, this is the re-entry point on the ES. If you want to follow that, it has to be on SIM. I'm not responsible for your trade. But and this area here is a bad news if you are auto trading and you have no idea what you're doing, you know. So that will be your account will be damaged today on that. So be careful. We are testing, as we said, we covered on Monday webinar, we are testing a re-entry. We did something very clever. I'm not going to go through the details right now. And we are modifying the re-entry because we did it in one way, and now we are doing it in an easier way. And this one here is a base on a re-entry. And first, what we are modifying, you have a choice between the target or a trailing stop. So now we are modifying this a new re-entry. So this will be number 5 auto trade based on the signal. And what we are going to do, I don't want you to do it manually, so we're going to do the trailing stop automatically. We have it. You can do it both of direction, but to simplify it, because I don't want to generate a lot of support. So the way we have done it right now, you can choose between the target or a trailing stop. I don't want to complicate things. But then yesterday, I was talking to my programmer, and I said, you know what? We did something very smart, you know, and we controlled the I said, let's do it the easy way. Don't give too much option, because if this guy see the trailing stop not moving, which is okay not to move because it have a self-closing position, then we're going to start receiving 600 calls a day. Your trailing stop is not working. So, and that is not going to happen to us. So what we have done right now, we are modifying the re-entry to have an automatic trailing stop. And I don't want it to complicate it, so you will have an automatic trailing stop on that. So this is what we are modifying. Hopefully it will be done this week. Plus we are doing something else. So this is the re-entry point we are using right now. And it is very clever, because the stop loss, you cannot control the stop loss. The stop loss are very small, extremely small. 10 ticks and 5 ticks. You cannot control the stop loss. But then, once this market on the pullback enter the market, if the market keep going, you lose 10 ticks, 5 ticks, 7 ticks, depends on the position. But when the market go back to this fib line, enter the market and keep going, your chances is your losing trades are 10 ticks and your winning trades are 30, 40, 50 ticks. So no one should go wrong with that. And then there is an optional with a reversal entry on it as well. So no one can go wrong with that. I hope so. So when we are doing something right now, our priority is to make it simplify so we don't need to generate a lot of, I don't know how to do this, So this is also the ES re-entry we are using right now. The CL, I apologize. I don't know what I'm smoking today. But as you see, this also, like this one here, is a re-entry, and your chances is your stop loss is 10, 15 ticks, 7 ticks, depends where the market is and how far you are from the fib. And then when the market come down and get you filled, there is a good potential for $1,000 trade, and anyone can do that. And or could be potential for one big banana and a losing trade. I don't want to say it's all winning trade. I don't want to say it's all, but of course there is a high risk in the trade. But we try to simplify it that your risk reward in a clever way, and so those I'm very happy about. So we'll see how they are going to be, and what we are going to do here, I'm going to do it manually, and probably by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow it will be automatic, because it is have a self-locking position. But we're going to go ahead and use the trailing stop, so make it easier on a normal trader. So we are done with the Russell. Again, guys, there is a high risk in the trading, so there is nothing in the trading 24/7, and you will have losing trades and winning trades. So we try to do our best to make it as simple as it could be, but the rest is up to you. Okay. From the first minute we came in, you go back on the video, from target 1 to target 2, from target 2 to target 1. Here is your double support, 3,815. If it goes below that, kiss this market goodbye for the rest of the day. And I told you, if we hit target 2, it's going to drive us banana, and it did hit target 2. And now we are sitting across the border here. It could be south or west. So we are done with that trade based on a pullback. Beautiful trade. And some of them, there will be big trades. Some of them, there will be small trade. Welcome to trading. Depends on the market movement. We still have one more re-entry on the CL. And the scalper on the DAX, we are testing the 150 ticks today. the 30-year Treasury bond going south. The ES, this one from the European hours, 5.6. The CL 1900. The DAX was negative and now start getting into the plus. And 30-year Treasury bond, eating banana. There is not much going on it. So, and this is based on 150 ticks. And this is the ES trade long. Good luck with that. There is a double resistance here, so we'll see if it's gonna make it. This is done on the ES, scalping 150 ticks. And we don't have a re-entry on the TI7. We have a CL trade. Bring this one here. And now we're still waiting on this ES to see where we are going with the ES. We don't have any re-entry yet, and we will. Okay, we'll be quiet for a couple minutes, and we'll be right back. Thank you. This is the moment we have been waiting on for the last half an hour to see if we are able to cross target 2. We managed to break the projection, and we're going to target 2. Now it's 10:59, and I won't be surprised to hit target 3, which is all the way 38.41. This is really critical point on the ES, and we will on the scalper we are using we have one trade on the YM, and it just finished. No, I'm sorry, on the Russell. On the Russell, we have a trade, and we have an ES trade as well. And this is the scalper, has nothing to do with the signal. We are using 150 takes. I'm interested in this ES to see if we can cross this projection at 38.24. It will be, the scalper took short. And closed. We still have the Russell is taking the trade. We are about to cross this. It's 11:02. On the first trade was 480, 800 right now on the YM, and we are about to close the YM right on the spot with 1,000. There we go. We closed the Russell. If the scalper start taking a new trade, then we'll show you the scalper as well. But today on the scalper, 150 takes, it was 6,300. I want to see this one break in that area here, 38.27. There is $800 is already cashed in, and we have a 300 out, so that will be hitting the daily target immediately on the YM. There we go. Here is our subject for today is target 2. We are hitting the high of the day, and let's see if we are able. If you look at the chart at the bottom, at on every bar there is a dot. When you see the dot under that bar is in the green, that means we are going to the right direction. If you see it is in red, sometimes you see it the green bar and a red dot. That's mean weak trend. So we don't need to overpopulate the chart, but those stars below the bars means a lot, because those are the stars below the bars are based on all those junk those amateur trader use, the MACD, ATRs, momentum, volatility indicator, all those they put in one box, and they fire one signal. And there we go. We are about, okay, this one here, the YM headed to 1145. And right now it is 1105. Let's see how we are. If we can drive the market to the 38.41 today, I will not be surprised. It's 11:05. We still have 1 hour. The ES scalper just took again a trade on the ES and closed it. Okay, so immediately. I'm not using a trailing stop on the ES. You put it on 000, trailing stop loss, and then let the system figure out when to exit and when to stay. And it is on a full automatic, and I took it on the last trade, and we'll see if there's any new trades on the scalper. 150 ticks, that will be lovely. When I see a new trade on the scalper, I'll let you know. We don't have any trade actually on the Nasdaq, because all the Nasdaq has hit, even the gold on the TI7. All of them, they hit when the market started long time ago. And the 3-minute Nasdaq hit 1400, and the 4-minute hit 1000 right on the spot. And let me see if we have any other Nasdaq. The gold on the TI7, we are scalping the gold, 2 minutes 1360, but I don't have any trade on the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq is already finished way early, and okay, so like to go back on the ES. Okay, look, we started breaking this one here. This means we are going to the target 3, and I put it on target 3, the auto trade. I never interfere with the TI7. It's very stable. I never interfere with it. But today, out of a curiosity, I want to put it 08, and usually target 2 hit between 11 and 12. And now I'm curious if we are climbing to the 38.41. It is very challenging to see if we can get to the last tick before 12 o'clock. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you make money or not, but you are satisfied that you nailed the market to the tick till the end. And this is the challenging part. And I'm not going to keep dragging the charts, but on the scalper, we have the YM long and the ES. And The entry on the ES with the scalper is 30. There we go, finished. And now it hit a little over 7,000, and on the ES it was very fast to trade. Is a scalping. Welcome to trading. Is a very fast. On the YM, we still on that trade on the YM, and we're going to target 3. That's for sure. This is the scalper from the market analyzer. Also is hitting the target. I mean, today the market, no matter what you do, are a happy camper today. Tomorrow could be a different story. So I should have been done with that trade long time ago, and I have override the auto trade. I don't usually do this on the TI7. I'll leave it alone. But today, out of curiosity, I want to see if we can get the last tick before 12 o'clock. That's all what the challenge here is, to see if we can beat the challenge on that one. On the scalper, we have an entry on the YM and a Russell. And the Russell entry is 2134. This is the scalper, the latest version we have sent out. We are going to the target 3 for today. This is a beautiful ride for the scalper, 300. We still have 40 minutes to climb to target 3. I'm not gonna mess with the YM. I'm gonna leave it as is on the YM. And Wow. 430 on the scalping. This is a big trade for scalping, and has not closed position yet. I have it on zero stop loss, zero trailing stop, zero break even. And when you do that on that scalper, it goes automatic, close open position. And of course, when you do that, also you need to keep your eye on it in case something happened or it didn't get filled or something. But it is on fully automated, not even a trailing stop loss, and it does it by itself, close open position. And we're still climbing with that. Beautiful day. It's gonna nail 500 on that trade on the Russell. There we go, closed. Beautiful trade. And now we have YM, and yeah, so perfect entry and a perfect exit. It cannot get any better than that. And beautiful entry, beautiful exit. You know, sometimes those auto trades, you cannot be as fast as they are, but also you need to manage it as a human. The CL fired on the scalper short. It is a scalping and a fire short on the scalper. $30 on the YM. And then on the 150 ticks, you gotta be careful what to use it on. You know, it works maybe on the CL, ES, but it maybe will not work on the Nasdaq. It might work on the DAX and might not work on the. So on the 150 ticks, or if you want to use a range bar, you have to understand. You have to see if these instruments work with that time frame. You cannot force an instrument to be on a time frame where it does not fit. So like on the Nasdaq, you can use a minute. You know, if you want to use the Nasdaq, you gotta you can, on the scalper, you can use 550 ticks on the Nasdaq, and does not take that much trades, but on a 550 ticks, as an example, it can give you 1 or 2 trades a day, but they are very consistent. In other words, I cannot say you're not gonna have a bad day in the market. You're always gonna have a bad day, but when you are using, as an example, the Nasdaq on a 500, 550 ticks, you will have a very consistency. I mean, you can use any time frame you want with it, and but I find the Nasdaq on the tick chart with a scalping, and if you know how to put your, you can keep it on 0, 0, 0, but then you will. Okay, we have a long on the ES. short on the CL, and a short on the YM. Boy, this market is wishy-washy. Now I need to look at this ES. I've been waiting the whole day on it. We want to see it climb into the 38.41. I'm making a bet on that trade. So we will take this one away. And also, this is a clever. You should not use all your money on one instrument. As an example here, forget the CL. Let's say you don't have money for the CL. But let's say if you go micro account, 2 contract ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones. And then now, as you see on the scalper, you have 2 position long on the scalper ES and 2 position down on the YM. One of them is wrong. So I don't know which one is going to drag what, you know. But in this direction, in a way, it is when you hatch the market, when you spray out your horses, even if you have a smaller account, you cannot say, I don't have it. Now they have, NinjaTrader have a good offer for the micro account. And let's say you are very low on the money, you still can trade 1 micro account ES, 1 micro account NASDAQ, 1 micro account YM. And on those cases, as you see, now the ES got hit heavily with that trade here. But at the same time, on the Russell, made a lot more money on the, because I put it on 0, so sometimes can take time to close it. But on this way, you can if something go wrong, you have 1 instrument making money and 1 instrument is not. So we'll see. We train you how to optimize. The scalper is a very easy to manage the scalper. We train you how to optimize the scalper. It's a piece of cake, actually. And if you don't want to optimize it, you can also find a different way. You can find your time frame. Takes you 5 minutes over the weekend, 5 minutes, and then you can set it for the next week. So it's not really a big deal, and it's a very friendly use, especially for beginners. But you still have to do a little work on it if you wanted to. You still need to, once a week, you just give me 5 minutes of your time to test the time frame. You can keep the setting, the tweak, and everything, but you can test the time frame and see what is best, you know. And you can do that once a week, so you stay updated on it. So again, to Mr. ES here, it's 11:25, and I'm still hoping. This is the re-entry point, 38.26.25. There is no short trade. And I'm still, as you know, the market does not go one direction, go back and forth like a tango dance. And then I'm making a bet on that auto trade. We'll hit it right at 12 o'clock. So we want to see if target 3 will hit before 12 o'clock. And that's why I never usually mess with the TI7, but today I did. And it is challenging, and I like to see the end of it. And now, if we look on the time frame on the DAX here, made 2,000 on the scalper. But when you are using on the minute, we already crossed 6.5 on the minute. So what I'm saying is on the 3 minutes. So for every instrument, I mean, especially for the beginners, you don't need to be, we don't have to have a light bulb on our setting and test it on a different time frame until it fits, and then you use it. So it's a very friendly use. On the TI7, you have a entry and 8 different filters. This one here, for the guy wanna optimize, tweak the auto trade, and he wanna use time on it, and that will be really the best choice. If you ask me, is it better the scalper or is it better the TI7? I said the TI7 for the guy who wanted to learn how, and because TI7 you can scalp the market on TI7 like this one here, and you can swing trade. You can do a lot with it, and the trades are big, because also you don't want to get the trades are big, and if you know how to fix it or how to optimize it, depends how you want it to be, aggressive, conservative. I mean, a guy have $2,000. It's not like the guy have 250,000. So the TI7, you can cut it, and you can set condition on behalf of you, how you want it to trade it. You want it to be aggressive trader. You want to be medium trader. You want to take a little trades and crawl slowly. That's very smart. Or if you are, a hard hitter gambler, you want it to be very aggressive. I mean, we all different, and so this way you can cut the TI7 the way you want it to be when you are trained, and it does not take that much to train on it. It takes you a couple of weeks to train on it, and then you can you don't need me anymore. You can adjust it yourself, and depending on your setting. And you have to, before we used to give templates with the TI7, and then I find out nobody is doing any more optimization. They're just waiting on the template. Now, for a complimentary, for when a guy come in, we give him a few templates, and we say, this is a demo template, and then we give him a training video, and we bring him to webinars to learn how to cut it the way he wants to be cut. But we don't want to give any more templates only to the new customer, because they don't know what they're doing. They wanted to try it. They want to modify it. That's fine. But we find out that giving the template to the trader is hurting him, because he's dependent on us to, if I'm busy for 2 weeks, he will sit and wait. If I'm busy for 1 month, he will sit and wait, and he will never bother to make a template. So what we did now, we we are teaching how to make your own template, and you don't have to sit down for on us to give you trades and give you because if you don't modify this template and you keep it as is, eventually that template is gonna fade out. So we are hurting that trader for doing their job, and this is a wrong thinking. So now I want the traders to make their own templates, so this way they can depend on themselves. And guys, no one is scratch your back except your own. Nobody is gonna look after your money except you. So we can give template, but then if we got busy, what you do, you're gonna sit, you know. So and the trading, you should not depend on anyone. You should be able to do it yourself. This is a re-entry point on the ES, guys. There is no short trade right now. This is a re-entry point. And now is 11:32. And I bet you by 12 o'clock, we're going to hit we'll see. We'll keep our eye on the clock. On the re-entry, the one we are testing right now, we don't have that much trade. We only have one trade on the re-entry. It's the Russell. And actually, I find that right now, the re-entry, I find it more healthy for a new trader than anything else. The reason is the trades are small when it goes the opposite direction. Not too many trades, because it's only taking a trade re-entry on one direction. So if you have a long trade, if it did work on the re-entry, will stay. If the market turn direction, it will wait on the re-entry, but it's not gonna take any more long trade. So that cut off a lot of a trade, and I find it right now on the re-entry without using the reversal signal. No matter what this guy does, he will be in a safe. You know, of course, what I'm saying by safe is he's not gonna screw up a lot, and he's not gonna dive into a lot of problems. And we are maybe today or tomorrow. This one here has a different story for the trailing stop, and there is an option right now that you can put it on, activate it, and then the auto trade put it on the target, or you can use the trailing stop without the target and make it as a runner. But then I thought about it. When they're not gonna see the trailing stop moving, they're gonna think there is something wrong with the system. So what we are doing, we are changing everything right now. So there will be trailing stop and a target. So for the beginners, life will be less confusion, because now it's no longer about the market as much as how to develop something for a guy is not gonna fall on his head, you know. And that it is more challenging than the market itself. It is a challenging, you know. And guys, this is what I've been fighting for all day long. You go back to the video, what we have said today, and between target 1 and target 2 institutional, and now you can see we are going to most likely, we are about to hit target 3 to able to do that on the ES. This is really amazing. We're not that far. We're not that far from 12 o'clock and the target. And here's the target, not the Russell. It's this one here. I never interfere with the, but now I wanted to. We still have 20 minutes. I want to see the ES hitting 3841, and Let's see what will projection. Let's see. So guys, there is nothing wrong with the microphone. I will be sitting on a for this is a small trick. I mean, for the re-entry, does not have a lot of trades on the re-entry. So it's okay to put two contract micro account ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, because most likely you're not gonna get enter the market on all of them. So there is a very rare signal on the pullback re-entry on each direction once. So you can use the 15-second, and let's say you don't have that much money, but you still can put two contract. Let's say I think my wife put something in my food this morning. On a micro account, if you have an ES on a re-entry without the reversal, and the Nasdaq on a re-entry two contract or a YM, it's very much unlikely you're gonna have all three fired, because there are different levels on the fibs. So don't bother yourself and get bored with one chart on the re-entry, which I will teach that in the room. Like right now, we don't have anything on the re-entry, but we have the gold on the re-entry, and it fires short, and then what we are looking on the re-entry, it is to see to get a very nice trend, and if the market didn't go your direction, it closes position. Okay, so this is a re-entry as well, and I just want to know, we've been spotting this ES on the target 1, target 2 from the beginning of this webinar, and I made a bet over an hour ago, 2 hours ago, that most likely we're gonna hit target 3 before 12 o'clock, and because there is something in the airport coming out of the winds. No matter how much you read the manual, you need to from the fuel, and the older guys that were sitting. I was a kid, new, and then they were looking at me. They knew I'm gonna wear on my hand, on my head. What I was doing, because it was the first time, I was pulling the valve out. And then it turned out you snap it, and if you snap the valve, it shut down immediately, and you will not drop anything in the fuel. And then when I learned that trick after an itchy day, because your skin get irritated, and that was an old, long time ago. And then depends on who you are, but then when the other new boys come in to work in Dallas Airport, this is the first things I said to them. Be careful when you snap the valve, because those old farts here, they're gonna start making fun of you, and uh, and um, and you learn as you go. So with the market, also the same story. You learn as you go. You cannot put a lot of things on a manual, and the more you earn, uh, uh, the more you sit behind the you start predicting, and you are a future trader. And once you start predicting, doesn't matter if you lose 100, make 100. It's not the numbers. Only and professionals look at numbers and dream, and they cannot accomplish the numbers they're looking at because they're not trained. So to them, the number, they are only looking at the number and dismissing the market movement. Those kind of traders, they will never make it. They will never make it because they're looking at numbers. Oh, it's 1,000. That's all what he can see. How, where, he don't care. And another guy, want to know how he made 1,000 today, so he can learn from that, and replicate this one here. There is something my wife put on my foot today. It's like I'm very high today, and try to do this the second day. Or if he lose a trade, he want to know why he lost a trade. That trader have better future from this guy just looking at numbers. I don't want to open my wounds with that, but it is very interesting to, as you go, you learn a lot as you go, from auto trading to manual trading, scalping, swing trading. You will learn a lot. And luckily, we have one chart with a NASDAQ trade. It's amazing. I thought we were done with the NASDAQ. Nope, we're not done with the NASDAQ. We still have one more trade on the NASDAQ. So um, the Russell is done. I'm going to put it away. And it was a pullback. I wasn't paying attention to it. But of course, when you are trading, you have to pay attention to it. So um, this is a very interesting for me. I'm going to stay a little bit longer to see if we're going to hit target 3. And guaranteed, guys, once we hit target 3, there is nothing left in the afternoon. We can sit down and scratch our head day and night. It will not be any trades in the afternoon. Not unless if somebody come out and pop out some news, good news or bad news, I don't know. So I'm still making a bet at 12 o'clock. We should hit that number. And this is a challenging for me, important. And we will see if we are able to do that. And I'm going to stay until hit that target. This is my weakness. I'm not aggressive, but I can get stubborn. And when I get stubborn, sometimes it fires back at me. But I'm stubborn. And sometimes this is not good in the trading. And so my challenge is to see if we can hit target 3, and I'm going to stay until we hit the target 3, hopefully before I get hungry. So we will see. You know, talking about the training, why insisting being to everyone to get trained on a sim. Thanks God with Ninja Trader, we have a demo account. While we are waiting on the ES climbing to the target 3, when we were kids, we were in San Antonio, Texas, Stinson Airport, and it was the first partial of the school after Columbus, Georgia, and the first engine we took out, it was a Cessna 152, and we were a bunch of guys, and we have some diplomats also from overseas. Also, they are working for in the school. We had a bunch of foreigners. Half of the class was foreigners, and the other half was local guys, Alabama, Texas, California, you know. And the foreign guys and us, we were doing, took the engine part on a Cessna 152. And it was the first time we did this. And when we put back the engine, we had a huge bag, bolts and nuts. We did not know where to go because half of the class didn't want to read the manual. He can do it. He's a smart. His mother told him he's smart. So when the teacher, he was laughing, and he said, "Is it done?" And then he said, and then he moved the props and everything, you know, and he was laughing. He said, "We have to test fly." And each one of us went and hid in one corner. One guy want to go pray. Some of them, they have to pray. And one guy has to use the restroom. I was out of the airport, and none of us want to test fly the Cessna 152 because we hid a huge bag of nuts and bolts under the desk where we were working on. And he was laughing because, you know, he had trained a lot of idiots like us before. And then we had to come forward and pull up the bag. And I said, honestly, we have a huge bag with the nuts and bolts. We did not where to go because we didn't read the manual. And none of us is going to fly. And he was laughing. He was laughing. His 3 dots off. You know, we cannot say any more than that. And he said, take it apart again and read the manual. And we were like a bunch of, then we had to take the engine apart and made sure that we read the manual and then we, and so this was our first experience with when we were trying to cheat our way around airplanes. And so what I'm saying here is no matter how many bolts and nuts you hide under your keyboard, at the end of the day, you will be revealed when you are going live trade. So please try to do as much training as much as you can before you go live market, and that will be the best interest for you. So as we see now, the market dying out is 11:59. But you know, as I said, I'm a very stubborn man, and I'm not gonna. Normally, we are on to 12 o'clock. What I want to do, I'm gonna stay on a YouTube until I see this ES hitting target 3, and I want it to hit target 3. Either hit the target 3 or go below the 3827. Hit the target 3. So we're gonna extend the time to hit target 3, and I'm not gonna cut off this YouTube. So we are on, and I'm gonna cut off the microphone until we hit target 3. So okay, so bear with us, guys, and hopefully we will hit target 3. On the scalpers, we have a lot of good trades on the Nasdaq. The scalper, the 15-second. We have the market was beautiful today. We have plenty trades. Okay, thank you. No compliment. And this has happened to me when uh, we changed the oven. And I mean, when you're an aircraft engineer, you say, "What is this stupid oven putting it together?" And I put it together, and and um, and that oven was not working, you know. And the wife told me, "Why don't you read the manual?" I said, "What to read about a stupid oven? I can put an airplane together." And the oven was not working. And then she read the manual work, and so that was a big blow for me on that day. So guys, there is no shortcut, whether you are putting an oven together or an aircraft airplane or whatever, there is no shortcut in this life. So so we are gonna stay, guys. I'm gonna kill this microphone, and we're gonna stay until we hit target 3 or go below 38.27. Thank you. Okay, guys, we are done for today, and and that's life. And we will be on not tomorrow. We will be on day after tomorrow on Thursday. I want to say thank you very much. Please be safe, especially the